Ever since Brian Enton has been cleared from the Idaho 4 case as a suspect by somebody who didn't know, obviously, he was a reporter, I started thinking there's something wrong. Over here at No Thanks Investigates, we take everything serious, whether it comes down to a missing persons case or a UFO that's landed. So I needed to find out, are there really aliens and have they infiltrated YouTube? Well, first I had to start with the suspects. Is Koberger an alien? I didn't think so. Is Brian Walsh an alien? No, he's just a monster. Is Murdaugh or Murdaugh? I don't know what his name is.
About Alex Murdaugh. About Alex Murdaugh. About Alex Murdaugh.
Name is this guy really an alien? Joseph Morris? Yes, he has to be. I knew we had to trick these people to find out who is the aliens. Our only option is infiltration. Where are the aliens? Who are they? What better man than sending this guy in?
Here I am. I'm in Nevada. Jonathan Lee Riches at the Area 51 Alien Research.
And now just a cameo.
Jonathan Lee Riches. Yes. Jonathan Lee Riches at the Area 51. I'm at Area 51. Yeah.
So far, I think we're onto the right start with these guys. Then we go into the con artists, scammers. But nobody expected us to take over and infiltrate their community with this guy, Jonathan Lee Riches. Breaking news. Debatable if she's an alien, just the crypt keeper look-alike. And then her husband. Oh, for the love of God and everything holy. And then this guy's neck, of course, has to be an alien. E.T., phone home. And then this guy, well, probably an alien, but looking at the 2023 pedo registries, nominees goes to this guy, Jared Lasik of Adventures with No Purpose or Adventures Without People. You know who's onto them? This guy. He still might be an alien. I don't know. So here's a little list I put together for you guys. And when it comes down to it, the only real alien, well, is this guy right here. I screwed up. I guess being from Canada doesn't make you an alien. Huh. What happened?
I don't know what happened there. What was that?
Well, this is what happened is you loaded your thing through my StreamYards and you have no intro here. So instead of me playing an intro, I just played the video I just made. I figured, why not just release that on your side since you're in my StreamYards and we can't get to any of your intros or any of your stuff.
Can't. I don't know what I did. I messed it up.
Yeah, it's not your fault.
I don't know.
I remember we're managers of each. Yeah, because you ended on my. Remember, we ended on my stream last night, so that means that you were in my StreamYards last. So when you created StreamYards today, since you're manager and you can do whatever you need to do, now basically that's what happened. Okay. You done it, and I had to. That's why I changed. Like took my logo out of there and took the background.
Right.
Did you realize something was wrong when all my stuff was up there?
Well, yeah, but I didn't know how to fix it, and like. I thought maybe you would know how to fix it, but apparently, like, we're both like, what? I don't know.
No, you know what I mean. After having a stressful last few days, going over these cases and the stuff we're going to go over today is great because we've been waiting for some news, and unfortunately, there's some unfortunate news for Shanquella, and I don't know why it's taking so long. I want to get into that, and we got some good stuff to listen to for that, and then the Murdaugh stuff. Right, we have a little bit of new stuff, but what's better than breaking news with JLR, right?
Exactly, breaking news.
Oh yeah, see what we just go with it. We go with it.
We have to. Yeah, we have to. Can we blame it on alien takeover? Can we do that?
I tried. I mean, the head looks the same. I'm not gonna lie. Good morning, USA.
Right, we have to. Yeah.
Totally.
You know, that's what we do. We have to investigate that. So I think you did a good job investigating that one.
Right.
That was totally awesome.
I swear to God, he looks like I don't even want to say it. Like instead of where's Waldo, it's where's you know what?
Right.
Ends in an O. Yeah, it looks just like that. Like I mean, honestly, tell me I'm wrong. Since we're in my StreamYards, we might as well just I have proof that this picture wasn't in there, but he's an alien too. I mean, look It's
Yeah.
the same. It's Roger.
Exactly.
100%.
They have
That's an
to
alien.
they have to be related. They have to be.
Do you know JLR was posing as a Muslim for Hillary Clinton in this picture? At that time, he was growing out his facial hair so he could pose as the Muslim. It was the craziest stuff for a rally
Wow.
back in the day. Back in the days.
No, I did not know that, but that is crazy.
You know what I think you can do? I think I'll look into it. I think you can add a brand here, and what we can do is we can add like a I'm brand.
Yeah, I don't know what we're doing on that.
I mean, let
one,
me see.
but
I'm just gonna see something real quick.
Okay.
And if it disconnects us, then it is what it is, people. Okay. Yeah, I can take all your stuff. I can't do it right now, but I can take everything that you got in your StreamYards and have you and put it all in here too, since we both have unlimited. You might as well just cancel yours to save that money a month. Just use mine. It's unlimited. And we're in here and I can put all your stuff in here. I'll reload everything. As a matter of fact, we're going to make you a new intro and stuff too. We're going to get you all set up. That's a fact. It's time. You're going to be, you're growing. Yeah. You're growing too. Like might as well. Yeah. Just take the time to do it right. No. Get you an intro.
Definitely have to do that.
You just got to start doing some live streaming and try to get yourself out there so people finally get to figure out who you are. And you know what I mean? Like,
right. I know.
And they'll figure it out though. They'll know.
Takes time.
I'm positive they'll know. I'm almost positive they'll know.
Exactly.
Let me share this out, by the way, too, because this is important. That I can't believe I didn't think about it yet.
Well, that's okay. Not a problem. We can start now because Radio Gods is here.
That's what I was going to say. Now that she's here.
Right. Now that she is here, we can officially start the show. Right?
I'm going to officially stop talking because I'm seeing all my stuff and it's confusing me. Like, whose show are we on here?
Oh, no.
You done screwed me up here. Good Crime and Justice.
I'm sorry. I'm sorry. It's basically all my fault.
It is what it is. Okay, let me share this out.
All right. I'm totally gonna.
Yes, okay. We are on your channel. It says Crime and Justice, so they're not you're not on my channel or anything.
Yeah, we are in the right place. We just have the wrong stuff going on here.
So am I on your phone right now? I'm so confused how this is working. I'm on my phone, right? In your channel. I'm so confused.
Yeah, I don't know.
Come join us. Come and join us at this channel.
Right.
Join us here. Click on the link. Make it easy for you.
We are here. We're somewhere. Darn aliens. Stop it.
All right.
It's not our fault.
It is what it is. Okay.
E.T., Marvin the Martian, all you guys.
It's a G425. Discombobulator. Let's before we start getting too much fun. Oh gosh, buddies are in the house.
Buddies.
Yeah. Can we talk a little bit about Shanquella for a second? Do you have any articles pulled up? Because there's some stuff that's really triggering to me in this case, like because it's very similar to kind of Murdaugh to me. There's money involved. There seems to be some kind of substance involved. And except we don't have any arrests in the Shanquella case yet. Like we know exactly what happened though. Like and there's no arrest. Right? Like I'm just stunned because you would figure our embassies are working together or whatever it's called. I can't think of it at this second. I think it's embassy. Like
the consulates, embassies.
Embassies. Yeah, those things.
Yeah. All those people.
Yeah, that stuff.
I mean,
those people.
And if they've been working on it for all this time, why are we not seeing any movement? That's what I don't understand.
Well, I mean, like they have the most damning evidence, right? So is this person on the run? I'm very curious to find out. I'm going to see if we have any articles here because I know that I've been following the updates, but it's just this is so sad. And I've had her dad interviews on my channel and there's stuff like that. So like I really am up to date on this case, and I'm just like so confused because it had so much steam going into it, and
exactly. I mean, all the way up all the way
Yeah.
up until the point where they were like, okay, we've got a warrant and all that, and now it's just nothing. Like it's been complete radio silence. There's nothing being done, and I don't understand.
The second video is the damning one. We haven't seen the second video. The first video we saw the fight in the hotel room, but there's another apparently video that we're missing. 2 days ago, loved ones speak out. Okay. So, do you want me to let me put this in the back chat, or yeah, let me put it in the back chat for you, and then you can run it like you're running it like yours, okay? And you just share your screen with me and just take over. You got it?
Okay, got it.
That way, you can go through it however you want. It is just copy that and put that into your another browser. Just share your screen.
Let's do this. Bam, here we go. Shanquella Robinson's loved ones speak out as no recent updates or arrest in case. You can't run away from justice. The family and friends of Shanquella Robinson, who died during a trip to in Cabo, Mexico, are still seeking answers 3 months after the death of their loved one. Robinson, who went to Cabo with friends on October 28th, was found dead in a hotel room. Shortly before her death, Robinson was seen in a viral video that showed her being punched and thrown to the ground by another person in the hotel room. While an autopsy report showed that Robinson died of a cracked spine, loved ones are still missing many answers. Robinson's childhood friend, Kayla Mitchell, is among those fighting for justice. Speaking to WBTV, Mitchell sent a message to whoever may be responsible for Robinson's death. You can't run away from justice. God is a just God. So whatever you do when people are not around, God sees it, and that's the ultimate. Like, you have to go through him, and you can't get away from him and his justice, Mitchell said. While she continues to seek answers, the devastated friend is remembering the sweet memories she made with Robinson. She was so full. She was just so full of life. She loved experiences, living big, just enjoying and making the most of it. And I feel that there's a lesson that could be valuable to all of us, Mitchell said. It's just to enjoy our lives and just really live. For Mitchell, there is especially one memory that stands out. It was her birthday, Mitchell said, and I got her something as simple as a hot chocolate from Dunkin' Donuts. And you would think I would have brought her the most extravagant gift ever. She was just so happy. She recorded on her Snapchat like it was a real moment for her. So just, just the simple things to just make her happy. That just puts a smile on my face the last time where, just a moment where I can recall her being happy and being around good company. Robinson's sister also issued a statement on behalf of the family to thank the supporters and to demand more urgency from authorities. On behalf of the Robinson and the Long family, thank you for all the outpouring of support, Robinson's sibling said in a statement. In my sister's untimely demise 3 months ago, unfortunately, no one has been arrested, and the investigation of this case is still ongoing. Please continue to support and stand with us in solidarity in this journey and fight for justice for Shanquella.
Justice for Shanquella.
Exactly.
For sure. I was trying to see if there's anything else on here. So Dejanay, I believe her name is.
Yes.
Trying to get a hold of her. Still, I don't know why she's. I mean, how is it so hard to get these people back together? Didn't they all go to school at some point together last semester? Because this was a one-day trip. It was a last-minute thing. You'd have to wonder, why are they hiding? Who's hiding them? And why? And who would be in hiding?
Yeah,
I mean, is everyone going to get charged with the same thing? I think everybody should. Anyone who saw that happen, anybody who sat there and watched her get beat and videotaped it, damn yes, put them to jail for the same charge. Not stopping it is the same kind of thing a cop doesn't do when somebody's kneeing on somebody's neck. Just stand there and watch. It should go, right? See something, say something. It all should be straight across the board so nobody ever thinks like, oh, it's a black thing or a white thing or you're this or that way. Yeah, no. We're going to fight for justice. Whether what color you are, it doesn't matter, right? Like that's the problem here is last thing we need is BLM coming in and making it more of an issue. Like they don't want to do anything because it's a black thing, right? That's what's next, right? Let's just start stuff that doesn't matter. That's not the way it is, at least not in my eyes. But a lot of people are going to be stuck that. I guess racism with this whole Nichols thing. I guess lately the Tyree Nichols thing has really just made me start
Right.
thinking that you have to consider the racism so exists out there right now. Still,
It does.
as
Sadly,
disgusting as it is, that's the
exactly.
fact. Yeah.
It does. And like, I don't understand. If they've already got enough to have a warrant out on this girl, then why have they not picked her up? Like, what is holding them up on that?
Finding her. I think she's hiding. I mean, she stole some money from her too at the end, right? There's other charges besides this murder charge. I mean, there's some weird stuff going on here.
It is, but it's just, I don't know. You would think that by now, I mean, 3 months out, they would be able to find out where she's at. I mean, if her family has no idea where she is, then that's a problem. But I mean, I would almost bet that at least there's got to be somebody in her family that knows where she's at. If they're even actively trying to pick her up. I mean, we don't know
She
that
could
either.
she could be with some drug dealer or some boyfriend, but maybe I'm reaching because I don't want somebody to think that I'm making this a black or white thing, or I'm saying that just because she's black, she's a drug addict and she's going to go hang out. I don't want that to be that way. But you know
No.
what Leilani would have done? Yes, go find yourself a drug addict or a dealer boyfriend and go hide out there. Like we found so many drug dealers give up people before. You know, that's how it goes. They don't want any trouble here. Just take them. Right.
Exactly. Like,
So, but that's the thing. Like, if she's involved in that crazy life, you got to think that she's involved with crazy people, right? Like, she didn't just wake up and become like, hey, I don't have any kind of really that bad charges from when I was younger, maybe some stealing and stuff, but I'm going to go from stealing to killing someone, setting it up. Like, maybe they didn't know they were going to kill her, but the intent was to hurt her beyond reasonable doubt of belief. Like, she wouldn't stop. She had to have known there's something further when her body went limp and she's like, no, I won't fight back. I mean, for someone to say I'm not going to fight back and males to be there, first of all, to be filming, I'm just besides myself. Like,
I know.
if I ever see that, they're like, don't get involved. I'm stopping that. That's what I'm doing. Stopping it. Matter of fact, I don't want to see anybody die. And what are you fighting for? First of all, because I would be the guy that you wouldn't want to tell the plan to. I'd spoil it for you.
Exactly.
I'd spoil it for you. Like, that's what you wouldn't do to me. So, like, if I saw that happening, you would get my real genuine reaction because I honestly didn't know that was going on. But every single one of these people, except that one gentleman who said, and I forgot his name, can't pronounce it right anyway. He said he came in after that she was already asleep, alcohol poisoned, whatever you want to call it, right?
Yeah. He said he didn't show up till the next day.
Right.
I mean,
so he would be the only one that I could say that it was kind of clear from knowing whatever was premeditated here or the games they were playing, because there was a weird game they were playing. If you remember, I covered a game they were playing where it was like they had to be really mean, or she started singing at the hammock or whatever. She's like dead girl or something, dead girl walking. Or something, and she's sleeping, and she looks like she could be deceased, but she was really sleeping. But that just helps the story of alcohol poisoning. But at that time, she hadn't drank anything. They had just got there. She laid down for a little bit, right?
Yeah.
Justice for Shanquella. Thank you, Lisa.
Oh, thank you, Lisa.
Oh, sorry.
Right.
No, sorry.
But I mean, that's the thing is for this many people to just stand by and watch this happen and have zero problems with it.
Something's wrong with that.
I don't understand. Like,
charge them all.
Who does
murder?
That? Exactly.
Murder in second degree or whatever it is, third degree, whatever you can charge them with, or involuntary manslaughter. Charge them with something.
Exactly. Yeah. They need to.
Yeah, charge them with the same crime, actually, because they knew that this girl was going to beat her up, because had they not known, they wouldn't have been filming. It's not like she was going to do a dance next to her.
Exactly. And even if in that second, maybe not all of them did know, but at least the one that was holding the phone had to have known what was going on.
Right.
To be able to have the phone out and have it ready.
No, there's two of them. There's two of them. There's more than one video. And I'm not talking about just of the situation. There's obviously more than one video of that. We've only seen one that was uploaded. You're obviously stupid if you videotape and upload something like that, and you know that something's wrong with her, and it was still up for people to see. Even her parents got to see the beating. right?
That's
Blanket party. Except there was one vicious person who I don't know who got them to go and do that trip. It was a 1-day birthday celebration for the guy who came in the next day. But like she funded everything. She paid for it. Shanquella paid for everything. She had her own businesses. She had like multiple businesses. She was in school.
yeah.
She was a beautiful girl. Right. So
Exactly.
where's the jealousy set in? At what point did this trigger some girl to turn around and commit murder and want to beat this girl to a pulp? And not thinking that she's going to kill her, but knowing that she's going to ruin that face of hers. That's why they're calling this a femicide. And I've never dealt with that before this, because like I always thought it would just end in a homicide. Like that was like, that's all we really needed to know. Like she or he's dead. But I never thought
Right, that's the first time I've ever heard that term.
Yeah, we had to look it up, didn't we?
Yeah.
Yeah. Such a divine hatred for a woman is the weirdest thing, that like another woman killing a woman is a femicide. It's just, it could be, to me, it's no, I wouldn't have understood it. I had no clue what that meant. She was doing real good.
She was.
Real good.
I mean, and that's the only thing I can.
Oh, you got gifted some memberships? Oh, look at you. You go to that screen, don't you?
I'm not seeing it on my screen now.
Oh, this is thanks for the membership. Well, maybe you didn't.
Oh.
Well, maybe we will gift you something. Psych. Do you remember that? Oops. That's why I can't see anything. Yeah, that's why I can't say anything.
It's all right. I mean, I don't know if they can't find Dejanay, the one they're actually looking for. Why can they not go? Yeah, why can they not go after these other people for their role in it?
Wait a minute. Hold on. Let me look this up. I hope we're not confusing Dejanay. I'm pretty sure it's Dejanay. I don't want to confuse it with the mothers that's on the run. There's a mother on the run right now. Her sister. It's not the same person we're talking about.
No.
You know who I'm talking about, though?
No, that's totally different. That's the Indiana suitcase. That's a totally different case.
What's her name? It's the mom that's on the run. I think it's Dejanay. Anyway.
No, I can't remember, but I don't think it's that.
Dijonnaise. Do you remember that when Dijonnaise came out? They mixed the Dijon with the mayonnaise, and it was
right.
And they came right after. It's Velveeta versus cheddar. My Velveeta melts much better. Cheddar's oily, cheddar's greasy. Dribbles off your plate into your doily. If the cookbook calls for cheddar, make it with Velveeta. It cooks better. Okay, anyway, not that I ever remember any jingles. For some reason, I had a lot of time alone as a kid.
Oh, Lord.
Yeah. I make videos about aliens that don't exist. That exist. I wonder why everybody thinks like this guy needs some mental health. This guy's really hurting. And I'll be like, no, actually, Oreo cookies is like the best, and it wasn't the ones you eat. It's an indica hybrid. It's not the indica couch. No. It's a perfect strain for comedy and laughter and seriousness all at once. If your cookbook calls for cheddar.
Oh no. Are we putting in our own commercials here? Is that what we're doing?
Well, I'm already all screwed up here. We're on my.
I know.
70.
It's all my fault.
Give me some roller skates on and bring you back to the times.
It's all my fault.
Basically.
I messed up.
Yeah, doing it now. I want Oreo cookies. It's good. Yeah, it's a good one.
I done messed up.
Yeah,
but I tell you what, Nancy's got something to say.
Oh Lord, seriously, Nancy's gonna be she's chiming in today with us.
Oh, she is.
Oh Lord.
Just give you a little Nancy warning. But see, I thought I'd warm it up with a little Buddies first, just make it a little easier to get into.
Buddy's cute. Buddy's cute. It softens the mood for a little bit, right? Because cats are. By the way, people, cats are cute. I'm not gonna lie. I'm kind of a cat guy, but I kind of can't be because like I have a big dog, but like, and he likes to play with them, like chew on them. So like, when I say play, I mean chew. Anyway, no, not really. I'm kidding.
Cats are not chew toys.
He'll get swiped once, and like it's happened. I watch him. He's got a coin pouch, and he puckers, and he sits. He won't do it again. That's all it is. It's just a little interaction. Like Buddy would probably not even have to swipe. Buddy would give him the look, and he would go lay down. He's been with cats before, not that way,
right?
But you know what I'm saying? Like I'm not gonna have any cat dogs running around. Yeah,
he's been friends with cats. Okay.
Yeah, but there's damn chihuahuas, I'll tell you,
Oh,
down the street.
no.
Laughed at him today again. We'll have to get into that tonight. Yeah.
Exactly.
Anyway.
That's just so terrible.
Yeah, but this is terrible. So
That's-
cats are cute. If you hate people, make them a Craigslist ad, put their phone number in it and say free kittens, and they'll change their number and they'll leave you alone.
Does the name Shanquella
Yep.
Robinson mean anything to you? Because it means a lot to me. This
Oh, it does.
beautiful young girl with her life ahead of her goes on a girls' weekend with some friends, and she never makes it back home alive. A very
Terrible.
disturbing video is released of Shanquella in her. Listen, these, I'm calling them girls. They're all, I think, in their early 20s. Shanquella was 25 at the time of her death. So all of the girls, young ladies, go to a Mexican resort, and it's a 5-star. It's a beautiful resort. But then stunning video emerges of her so-called friends. Shanquella's mother and I both believe, because she sleeps without her clothes on, that she was woken up by the friend girls and some guy that was a friend as well, not a lover, a friend. Somebody was videoing all this. They get her out of bed. She's buck naked, and they start a fight with her. I can hardly stand to look at the fight,
Can you
because
pause it for a second?
in the fight where they're
Because you can turn this to 1.25 actually too, if you want. But I'll tell you what, I thought she originally, because I have to say too, because I originally thought she was getting out of the shower. So I actually
Right.
thought she was caught off guard that way. But when I found out she was torn out of her bed, people, that changed my whole perspective of why everybody should be in trouble. Like if that girl went in there and they were out there and they started filming after she pulled her out of the shower or the bathtub, that's because that's what my first theory was before they released more information. And it would have made more sense to me that that's why she was naked in front of all of her friends. But then again, so how did they get in her room? Why were they in her room, first of all, while she's sleeping naked? Isn't that a violation of her privacy anyway?
Thank you, Bonnie.
Wouldn't that be
Exactly.
Why would you be hovering over someone's bed that's naked in their bed in their in your most vulnerable position? Like besides sitting on the toilet, right? Like
Well,
that could be like the next most vulnerable position, right?
Well, that to me, I think just proves even further that this was a planned thing. This wasn't like getting into an argument and then things got out of control. This was something that was planned to be done.
Nancy, stop staring at me. Stop it.
Stop it,
So
Nancy.
if I turn to stone, I swear on your show, on my, I'm not going to be happy. Stop it, Nance. But yeah, come on, think about it, right? Like that's not okay. It made it okay to me, I guess. It made it more sense to me. Like that's why it would have happened. But like it wasn't. The dragging, and that just shows that the intent was malicious. That shows right there that she tried to. She wanted to kill her. Like she got the results she wanted, and she thought she was going to get, but has to say that, oh, it was an accident. Well, yeah, was your fist punching her face an accident and banging her in her head and broke her neck when she hit the side of the bed? Like you didn't expect her to fall back and hit that side of the bed, right? You didn't plan it out because obviously the mathematics that you used didn't, your parabola wasn't correct, right? Yeah. Anytime you take someone out of their bed and start hitting them without letting, and they say they're not going to fight back, and you continue to beat them and slam them, yeah, big problems. That's like stabbing someone 30 times instead of just once.
Exactly. I mean,
yeah,
there's no way that they could come back and be like, oh, well, it was just an argument that got out of hand. No, it wasn't.
Yeah, no. Stop it, Nance.
Because if they had plenty of time to plan it, then they had time to figure out that it was a bad idea and leave her alone.
Right. Yeah.
They're beating her, one woman in particular. Her head goes sideways. Shanquella dies because of that injury. I've got her death certificate right here. And joining me right now is Irv Brandt, Senior Inspector. This is why I have Irv on with me today. He's an expert, U.S. Marshal Service, International Investigations, Chief Inspector, DOJ, Office of International Affairs. He's been a country attaché for the U.S. Embassy and author of Solo Shot, Curse of the Blue Stone.
That was right, Embassy.
Now, also author of Flying Solo, Top of the World.
Bam.
So, Irv, let me bring everybody up to date quickly. The reason that she died was because of basically her neck getting broken. What do you call, Jackie? Along the lumbar spine, twisted, and her head basically is no longer attached to the rest of her spine. It's
Thanks,
kind of
Nance.
like an internal decapitation.
Pretty good. Thanks, Nance. We got it. Got it.
Where
Got it.
your head is no longer attached
Yeah,
to your
got
spine
it.
because of
Not the
where
head of a major corporation.
And
We got
Earl,
it.
You and I have looked at the video.
Stop it.
It just makes me sick to look at it.
Thanks,
So
Nance.
the girls, the friends that do this to her, and the friend man, the grown man, they all rush back to the States. Irv Brandt, why? Why have they not been arrested and extradited back to Mexico?
Okay, Nancy, I'm going to lay it out for you.
Oh, here we go.
This is speculation on my part, but it's speculation based on many years of experience with international extraditions. First of all, to extradite a crime within the treaty from one country to another, there has to be a common crime covered under the treaty. My
You
understanding.
don't think murder would rise to that, Irv Brandt? I mean,
Well,
listen, I
that's
like
not-
you a lot,
that's
but I
not-
don't like anything you're saying.
Can you let him talk,
Um,
Nance?
It's complicated, Nancy. Give me
I
People
don't
yell
like
at us for cutting each other off.
Yeah,
Nance,
dumb it
stop.
down for me because I'm just not that smart, Irv Brandt.
Yeah,
Stop
right.
it, Nancy.
I'm talking to a lawyer. You're going to cut me to pieces.
I've seen a lot of ding dong
They-
lawyers. They're not all smart, trust me.
Timestamp ding dong lawyers at 30 minutes and 56 seconds.
What they charged was
Gotta get that.
with the exact verbiage of the crime.
An arrest warrant has been issued and extradition proceedings have begun in Mexico for the murder of 25-year-old
was a
Shanquella
murder.
Robinson.
It was
Yeah, a
send them-
homicide.
She's yelling at
No. But the exact title, the exact charge out of Mexico was like
It's got to be voluntary
female-
manslaughter. Oh, femicide.
when a femicide.
Yes.
That this is my point. This is what I'm getting to.
Oh, Nancy, get
Under the
mad.
treaty,
Chill,
there's a
Nance.
list of crimes. You can't generalize. It has to be specific. You can't generalize this. Say, oh, well, femicide is murder. No, it's what the crime is charged. If that crime is not charged under the treaty, what Mexico has to do is reindict that charge and charge them with something that can be extradited under the treaty, like, let's say, murder. Now, I'm not saying that that's what happened. I'm saying I'm giving you a possibility, and I'm giving you likely possibilities.
Yeah, that
Because in my
was
years of experience in this.
their first
go
thing.
through
The
this little song and dance
supposed
all the time, especially
friends
when it came to
told
capital
her
crimes,
family
murder
she died of
crimes,
alcohol
sex
poisoning.
crimes,
Right.
drug crimes, money
Two different
laundering
friends. You want to
crimes.
pause it? Actually, that's a good point.
Lots of countries.
We might as well touch on that. Like two
Yeah.
different people called. One friend called the first night and said she wasn't feeling well. She's sleeping it off.
Yes.
And that she had, she wasn't feeling well she had alcohol poisoning. And then the second day, another person called because her mom said, okay, well, when she feels better, please have her give us a call tonight. Well, they couldn't do that. She was dead.
Yeah.
So the next day rolls around, a different friend calls and gives a different story, confusing the hell out of the parents. It cost them $5,000 or $6,000 to ship her body back, and her head came with it, Nance.
Yeah. And then
For the love of Christ.
these friends
Mm.
go to her mother's house, sit down and eat dinner with the mother while they're telling her, "Oh, we are so sorry for your loss. She just got too drunk and she was sick and yada yada."
Yeah, that doesn't fly, does it?
No,
It shouldn't fly.
like who? It's freaking horrible.
Yeah.
And yeah, I agree. If that's the situation, if the reason they're not going after her is because the United States does not recognize the charge of femicide, that's a problem.
Big problem.
So how do we get that charge turned into something else? Or how do we go about changing it so that the United States does recognize that and they'll actually go pick her up?
Right. Ear's having like a stroke or something. What the hell's going on? Ow. Ow. Stop that. Sorry.
No, it's all right. Are you okay?
Feels like someone's not giving me a wet willy, but like shoving their like two fingers really hard in my ear. Stop
Oh.
it, people. It hurts. Yes, exactly. Ow.
I hate when that happens. I
It's like
get
ow. What is that? Stop
sharp
that.
pains in my ear. I
Ow.
hate that.
There's no one. It's the alien thing I made earlier, huh? Ow,
Oh
stop
no.
it.
Aliens are in your
This chip in my ear. Good God. Okay.
aliens are in your ear.
All right.
Oh.
I'm just not going to say anything.
Oh no. No, they on the autopsy they found no alcohol in her system. No. No, they did not. The embassy needs to pressure the Mexican law enforcement to change the charge. Maybe Mexico doesn't want the hassle of the case. Yeah, see, I don't know about that either. I mean, I know that Mexico and the United States does work together on, criminal things, but I don't know how well we work together. That's the issue. I mean, there's a lot of, I guess, legal technicalities going on there that definitely needs to be fixed.
Don't have similar, just the titles of them, and it has to be worked out. And sometimes that takes time.
Hey,
Now,
listen, you might be onto something, Irv, and I want to remind you, Jack, remind me to circle back with him on this. I posed to you the other day, we were off air, what the HELL is going on with Shanquella's case. Why hasn't anything been done? The women all changed their cell phone numbers. They cut off their cell phones. They moved from their apartments. Nobody can find them.
Yeah, that's a problem.
Head nor tail of them.
Yeah.
As far as I know, that's never stopped a bounty hunter from finding the person. But the killing of Shanquella is being investigated as a, quote, femicide.
Why run if you're not
unfamiliar
guilty?
term for many of us in the U.S. It is a gender-motivated crime, and it has not been defined by the U.S. legislators as a global issue. That's feeding into what you're saying. Now, prosecutors in Mexico are trying to extradite one of Robinson's friends. I think they should get all of them, by the way. Have you seen this video, Irv?
Exactly,
They're all
Nancy.
like
All of them.
jackals yelping and
If
baying.
it would have been done in the U.S., and I know, all of them.
Oh, heck
already be
yeah.
in
All
custody.
of
That's
them,
right. I
including
mean-
the one,
And we'd be
the
setting trial dates.
videographer. So to
I don't
speak.
care what
Oh,
technical name they would have put on it. It's
yes.
murder.
Now, they're trying to extradite one friend as a suspect, and the attorney general for Baja California Sur told media that an arrest warrant was issued for the crime of femicide, the killing of a woman because of her gender. But you told me off air, Irv Brandt, I was telling you this whole scenario, how angry I was. Nothing had been done. I talked to Shanquella's mother and her sister. They're grieving and they're mourning and they're angry all at the same time. I told you about it, and you said, I've done a million of these. I guarantee you it's Mexico. It ain't us.
100%.
Explain why you said that, because I hadn't thought of it that way. I have been 3 inches up these people's tailpipes where these women we think are hiding. 3 inches, calling, emailing.
Whoa,
Why aren't you
Nance.
making an arrest? Why aren't you doing the extradition?
Nancy,
And
just
when
settle
you said that
down.
all crystallized, it's not us. I'm betting
She's
it's not us. I agree with you.
compartmentalizing this
It's
right now.
Mexico. When do we
I feel
ever
like
get
that.
a darn thing out of Mexico?
Big problem with
Nothing.
her.
Nancy,
Yeah.
this goes on all over the world. And let me tell you, I spent years at International, in the Office of International Affairs and Interpol.
Sounds
And
terrible.
I would travel.
So
I
pretty
would
much
travel
it's just a
halfway around
bunch
the
of
world.
like
I
legal
would
red
fly
tape
to
and
Manila, or I'd
loopholes
fly to Bangkok or wherever
is the reason she's
for
not
a single meeting, because
been
OIA
picked
would
up
send me,
yet.
and they would tell me, Irv, we think you're the only one that can do it. We need
That
you
is
to
sad.
go to Manila. We need you to talk with the
Horrible.
Minister of Justice and
They-
ask them
that.
to get the paperwork in order for the extradition.
Mhm.
We're waiting on this, just like we're waiting on this case. And I'd fly to the other side of the world and go and talk to the minister, who called me by my first name and had for years. And we would sit down and discuss the case. And just like this case, it would be 2 Americans who are no longer in the country, and they have issued a warrant, so they consider the case closed. They're not interested in extraditing. It's
Okay,
not
wait,
high
hold
on
on.
their
I'm
priority
trying to
list.
take in
Well-
what you're saying. So basically, once Mexico issues the arrest warrant, they're like, hey, it's on the
Case
U.S.
closed.
Now listen to this, or I think that you're going to end up turning out to be right. Unlike Mexico and other Latin American countries, the U.S. does not have a law recognizing femicide as any different from homicide. And that doesn't mean that the killings are not deemed a homicide. But in the paperwork application, Mexico needs to charge it not as femicide, but as murder, straight out murder. So we can get, I guarantee you it's Mexico. I do not believe that authorities here would let this go unavenged. I just don't believe it.
No, Nancy, I'm telling you, I used to do this for a living. The Mexican, it's Americans. in
Nancy,
there.
shut
If
your
it was
mouth.
An American killing
Exactly,
a Mexican,
Nancy. He's
there
got
would be a lot of
this.
pressure on. They'd be doing whatever. They'd re-indict the case, however it was, to bring that person back down to have a trial. These are Americans, and they're gone. And they have issued a warrant. They haven't issued a red notice. They have issued the
What's a
warrant.
red
So
notice?
basically,
Tell me, what is a red notice?
Yeah, what is that?
it's an international lookout. Let's say these people traveled to another country, left the United States.
Oh,
and
so
traveled
it's
to
kind of
another
like a
country.
bolo.
And those people could be detained until Mexico.
Got
Let's
it.
say they went to Jamaica because they know they're wanted for murder in Mexico. And they went to Jamaica and they had red notices. The Jamaicans would detain them until the Mexicans
Oh, Nancy's the expert on
government
everything. Didn't you know?
could bring them over. But
Right.
since they're Americans,
She's the all-knowing
they just,
Nancy.
there's no pressure. There's no public outrage. It's
You
not
mean no
high on
public
their
outrage in
priority.
Mexico?
Correct.
So they don't care.
So-
the only one that cares
well, I'm
basically
not
is
saying they
Shanquella's
don't
family.
care.
Yes, you are.
It's just not a high priority. And what I
That's
would
that's
the same
do
thing.
exactly.
yes,
You've
what
got
I
a
would do on
beautiful
behalf
dead
of
girl
OIA,
whose mother is
Yeah.
crying, whose sister is crying. They're in Huntersville, North Carolina, and I find it very hard to believe that North Carolina authorities are not trying to find these people. But the issue you believe is the extradition papers from Mexico.
Yeah,
yes, I'm willing to bet on it because
that's the problem.
I would go down, I would go
Wow.
and have meetings and explain to them the importance, how important it was to the United States, and basically make a deal. If you submit the paperwork, we'll pay all the costs. We'll pay all the costs of the extraditions to come down. Many times they when they'd agree, they'd look at me and say, "You owe me now." Okay, I understood. I mean, that's
Wow.
how it would work, and I did that all over the world.
So, Irv Brandt joining me. This is your expertise. What can we do to get justice for Shanquella? I mean,
Exactly. What
I don't know what we
I
can
am-
what's
do.
it going to take?
I am confident. Well, it's the pressure, Nancy. It's just the pressure of you keeping it on the front burner. I'm confident that the Office of International
Exactly,
Affairs
Teresa.
is
It's so sad for her
contacting them
family.
continuously, trying to get, the package for them to get the package done. So these people,
What
so the
package? What are you
extradition will-
saying?
It's what the Mexican government has to submit to the Office of International Affairs. All their documents, all the probable cause, the video, things like this, all the legal documents for OIA to assign it to an AUSA to, work it up
An
for an
assistant
extradition
U.S.
warrant.
attorney.
Yeah.
I mean, even the governor in North Carolina has weighed in. It's Governor Roy Cooper said his thoughts are with the family of a Charlotte woman who died in October on vacation. And where she was on vacation is a hop, jump, and a skip down from all the stars and the celebrities go to at Cabo. I always see Jennifer Aniston out there eating chips by the water.
Because you want friends in your life. That's why.
He says
You always
he's
say,
right.
that's
Hopefully
why.
the FBI will solve the case
Good one,
for
Doug.
mysterious death. It's
Right.
not a mystery, Governor. Just look at the video. We've shown it several times. It makes me sick to look at it. Not knowing what really happened, well, that's a great concern. We know what happened. We all know what happened. Investigators in Mexico say an arrest warrant has been issued, but no suspect named. No one has been apprehended. And this was very recently. So what is the
Yeah.
holdup? So, Irv, can you give it to me in a bullet? Hit me. What
Yeah.
can we
Exactly.
do? What can be done? I
Hit
mean,
her.
the governor, God bless him,
Give it to
"Gee, I
us."
hope it all turns out okay. We need a little bit more than well wishes, Irv Brandt.
Exactly.
Short version,
Yes.
Wishes
United
aren't
States
getting it done.
cannot arrest on a foreign government's arrest warrant. The United States can only arrest on an extradition warrant issued out of U.S. District Court. And the only way for that to happen is the Mexican government has to submit an extradition request to the Department of Justice Office of International Affairs. Until they do that,
You just said the U.S.
Those-
government
those
has to
people
do it. I thought the
cannot
Mexican government would do it.
no. The Mexican government must submit an extradition request to the Department of Justice Office of International Affairs. So an extradition warrant can be issued out of U.S. District Court.
Okay.
Until the Mexican government does that,
Wow.
the U.S. cannot do anything about
And it's
those
got to be
suspects running
on a charge
Oh, it's
that we
Mexico.
will
It's
extradite
covered under
on.
the treaty.
We're not
It's covered
obviously
under
not
the treaty,
recognizing
correct.
femicide. It doesn't come under the treaty, so it's got to be homicide. The U.S. State Department number, if you want your voice to be heard, is 888-407-4747. Repeat, 888-407-4747. We want justice for Shanquella.
Exactly.
We do.
So that's basically what the issue is the whole legal back and forth between what the
Right.
United States recognizes and what Mexico has put in their report.
Right.
Because if I understood that correctly, United States does not recognize femicide as a criminal charge.
Right. But you know what? They can charge her in either country. They don't need to necessarily send her back to Mexico, do they?
I don't know about that one. That's kind of a slippery slope because the crime occurred in Mexico.
Believe they can still charge her here.
They might be able to. I mean, I'm not 100% sure on that, but I mean, if the crime happened in Mexico, then I would assume that Mexico's the one that's going to have to pick up the paperwork on that. But I don't understand, like what is Mexico's problem with coming back and saying like, okay, well that paperwork didn't work, so let's just refile it and we'll, put in a homicide charge and be done.
Right.
I don't know. I mean, is it because Mexico just doesn't care? They
No,
don't
see, that's
care,
what I don't want anyone
or
to
what?
think. I don't think it's that they don't think. I think that they were paid off. I think some people there were paid off. There's a problem when you get corruption out of the country, and there's a lot of it out there. And I'm not trying to direct and just say like it happens everywhere, but it does happen
Right.
everywhere, right?
Yeah, I mean,
Um,
well, I mean, because like I
somebody,
know
the,
that
the medical physician,
something.
the doctor, examiner, everybody, like it was paid. Come on, they knew she was dead. She had no hope. Hey, that was very
Right.
nice of you. Treat yourself to a big cup of Joe and Jesus, or Jesus and Joe. Hey,
For beer. Thank you, Debbie. Thank you so much.
quite kind of you.
Thank you. I appreciate that.
Yes.
So yeah, I mean, I don't know what it's going to take to get them to change that over. I guess everybody's going to have to start calling that number and just
We're gonna have to keep Shanquella's name out there so they don't forget her. That's what we got to do.
exactly.
That's a fact.
We've got to do that. We've got to keep her name out there and just keep letting people, let them know that we're not going to forget about it. We're not going to let it go.
Well, it's just that
It's
if that happens, then there's some type of deal going on. There's too much corruption that you got to think about now in the middle of it. And are they going to want to ruin their travel business, right? For people coming in
Right.
and out of that place, right? They don't want to ruin their money either for that. They want to make sure that people think it's a safe place too. So there's going to have to be a resolution at some point, right?
They're going to have
I
to
would
do
assume.
something. I mean,
I would assume there has to be.
I know her family is not giving up, and they've got lawyers working on it on their end. So something is going to have to give. It just doesn't. It doesn't make sense that they can just be like, "Oh well, y'all don't recognize that charge. Oh well, oops. Move on to something else." No, I mean she deserves justice. Just I just don't know how long it's going to take to get it if they can't get Mexico to refile that paperwork. I can't hear you. You're muted.
I mean, we're gonna have to hope that the embassy and the consulate works together and gets everything done together, right? On maybe, like I said, I believe that I listened to an attorney say that there could be charges. I think in my playlist, I think I have where I talked about it. That I think they could once they catch them, they could charge them out here. I think throwing them in a Mexican jail would be better because they have to pay per day to be there on top of their charge. Like their family will have to send money every month. And
Right.
then when the money gets stopped, then I guess they get stopped eating and they get to stop getting any kind of good stuff and they go to the really bad part of Mexico jail. Yeah, that's what they deserve. All of you guys who sat there and watched. That's how I feel.
Exactly. They need to just, I don't know, refile that paperwork and go pick every one of them up and just get this thing to moving. It has been too long. It's
Oh
been
yeah,
too long with them doing nothing.
for sure. For sure.
Definitely.
Agree. So is this still the Shanquella case? This one are we moving on to the Murdaugh?
No, this is Murdaugh.
Okay, so
Yeah.
again, what's been going on? Like there's not really. Well, last week ended in kind of like the judge and just letting them battle it out, right? Like the attorneys.
Yeah. Yeah, there
prosecution,
was a lot of back and
Back and
forth
forth,
last
yeah.
week, and the judge kind of was like, "I'm just going to take a break, and y'all can figure that out, and then I'll come back," kind of deal.
Right.
But I do know they started out this morning with 2 of the jurors testing positive for the Rona, and they got it dismissed. So
My Sharona.
yeah, something like that.
So who? You'd have to wonder if is Murdaugh hiring people now to come in with the Rona. It's so
don't
bad to
know.
say. People will run with that. That'll be
I
bad.
know. I know.
But it
yeah,
seems like something that's possible. Yeah. So anything to
had
get a
to.
mistrials coming up, like they asked for that, and they asked for the all that stuff.
Oh yeah, they as soon as they came out with they were going to have to put 2 alternates in, his defense was like, well, I don't think that's a good enough, thing to do. It's possible that some of the rest of the jurors could be sick and not know it. maybe we need a continuance and take a break and restart this case at a later date. And I was like, no, no, sir. They've already come this far, and now you want to
Right.
start stalling? Like, why?
It's all part of the deal, right? You wear people out. You try to get. Why do you think they had standing breaks and like stretching breaks? It got that bad. That's how bad it got there.
Exactly.
Yeah, it wasn't. That wasn't.
But
Yeah,
yeah, he was definitely trying everything he could to get a continuance. He was like, "Oh well, if we don't, then there could be grounds for a mistrial and this and that." And the judge was like, "Yeah, miss me with that. We're continuing."
but we have so much great information here, right? Before we get to the video, we have a lot. I mean, we have a lot of great information. We have talk about the guns, right? We've talked about
Yes.
them that the lady falling up the stairs and passing away,
Yep.
fell over her dog, the house cleaner, right? And then you have the money part of it, to where you see him stealing finances, right, from the law office. We have the theft part. We have the money. So we have money involved here is what I'm saying, right? So you follow the money, you're going to find some stuff. But the biggest question is, where's all the money?
Exactly.
Where's it hiding, and for what purpose is it
That's-
hiding, or did he spend it? So now we have, is there a gambling addiction? Because there's no way, unless he's selling some big time drugs, that it's a drug deal. He may
No.
be, he may have like a drug problem, meaning like his personally, like when he's out, right? But I really don't
Right.
think like he's that drug lord that, like, I would think like if he's going to be missing $7 million, there would be like, maybe he's got that drug dealer that's not actually dead, that's supposed to be dead, that he owns an island with. Like it makes you think like it could be a possibility. But yeah, he's not smuggling drugs, right? He was trying to gain enough finances to just pick up and leave.
I mean, well, I think a lot of people have kind of went there with the whole drug trafficking thing, but
Yeah.
if he was doing drug trafficking, he's really bad at it because he was making no money. He owed
Why would you want-
everybody.
Exactly.
I'm like, if he was a high profile drug dealer, he was really bad at it. Because
Terribly
typically you see them, they're the ones that have money and have to explain why they have so much money.
Right.
But for him to be losing millions.
No, the problem
of
is
dollars,
that no, they didn't. I think the fight started over money. Like, where's our money? Like, hun, basically, babe, can you sell all your real estate, that $10 million worth? We're on a tight budget this month. I'll just
Right,
rob the bank for $300,000 or $400,000. They'll just give it to me, no signatures. I'll start paying back the people I stole from with that. No interest. I might not even pay the bank back, And if he didn't,
Right.
that would have been his best bet. Like, let the bank deal with it. Right.
Yeah, see, I think too, that's may have been the start of his problems between him and Maggie, was whenever the civil suit came out for the boat accident. That's whenever they started pulling the finances to see if they had the money to cover it. And I think that's when Maggie realized, we don't have what we should have sitting here. Something's going on.
So people kind of covered this a year ago. And again, People Magazine really screwed up in the Idaho 4 case with me when they said that the vegan pizzas and the whole thing with that deal with the Mad Greek or whatever, like made it Mad Greek, the angry Greek kind of thing, because they said it wasn't true. So now People came out a year ago and said that, and there's a news source on it. And actually, I heard it today. I just don't know where it is right now. It's on. If you look it up, you could probably find it. But it's People, and they're saying that she had actually visited a divorce attorney, days to weeks before Alex Murdaugh created this, right, and handled this. So I think there was some animosity, and I think she was already on the way out the door. I already said that. I already believe she was leaving anyway. And again, I think she was leaving, and she was going to say everything in court she had to keep and alleviate herself of any wrongdoing. And she was going to tell all. There was a tell all thing. She had to go. Paul had to go. He's a liability. $30 million boat crash that's put on hold. And Alec being the part of that, right? Because Buster's in that too. But Buster's like, Dad, I'll never say anything if you help us load this onto the boat for us, right? And he's like, yeah, I don't even care. You want me to 20? Here's another 20 spot. Go buy some more. Hey, I'll help you load it. Yeah, no, give him your ID. He's underage. I know all about it. It's fine. I really do him good this time too. right? Yeah. That guy's told on himself already in court. I really did Paul good this time, didn't I? Off the record, I mean,
Exactly. I think
tell all.
honestly,
There you
with
go, they're out.
with a lot of the stuff that came out today, I don't think he can continue to, play this whole I'm innocent game. But he's going to. He's going
Well,
to play that out all the way to the end. I'm
well,
sure.
you're going to have to play that out in your head too, because you know what? There's a good possibility he's hired some people to come in and help do his assassin work or cleanup job. I mean, let's just think about it. The phone was moving. People are like, well, the phone was moving and there's someone tried to FaceTime. Well, maybe she was running, trying to unlock her phone and he had a long rifle and he shot her with that, not the shotgun. Right. So it would make sense that if someone gets up and run, you'd have to have two type of guns. He could have blasted Paul and then blasted her. But why isn't Paul carrying a gun around that place? He should be. Anytime you're on that place, you should be packing. But he had stuff stored.
Exactly.
But what would happen? Alex would take his stuff away, or his guns would get stolen, like his shotgun, Paul's shotgun, like a couple of weeks to a month before, out of his truck. Like, disarm the man so he can't shoot you back. To me, I think about that kind of angle. Like, did he steal the shotgun? I don't know. But it's weird that Paul's shotgun got stolen just a month before this, right?
Exactly. And then the 2 out of the 3 of the 300 rifles has come up missing.
Those 2 were just in case she got away. You had 2 people shooting, possibly. Possibly you had one other extra shooter.
That's what I wonder about too. I mean, it's still not out of the realm.
Yeah, is it Fast Eddie or Uncle Eddie or Crack Eddie, whatever his name is? Fast Eddie,
Cousin Eddie, or whoever.
Eddie, whatever you want to call him.
I mean,
there's a Fast Eddie in here. Don't get mad if that's you. Just
I
don't choose
still
a
don't
gang
think
name
it's
next time.
right.
Yeah,
I still don't
choose a
think
gang
it's out of the
moniker.
realm of possibility.
Yeah, it's a good possibility.
It's
But I
still
think
not
Alex. See,
completely out.
this is why I think, like, if Alex didn't have DNA on him, I think the shotgun would have been shot by the other person. I think Alex killed Maggie for sure. I mean, did he shoot Paul? Possibly, most likely. But yeah, somebody could have shot Paul because it was easier. But whoever shot him in the shoulder first is really screwed up, because then you got to shoot him in the head after he feels it.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's pretty screwy. If you're close range with that too, and you miss like that, I mean, yeah. Eddie is known to miss. He comes up soon to get examined. Wait till he gets up to get cross-examined. There's gonna be some. This is gonna be crazy. It's gonna be crazy, and yeah, it's gonna get nuts.
He was supposed to have took the stand the end of last week, but
but the My Corona, it did. You know what I mean?
And they had all the they had all that little sidebar about the financial stuff and all that. Then it's kind of put them behind. So
yeah, but now it's like, let's test everybody for the Rona, right? Like, it's just really crazy how things happen. Like, it after me test,
right?
She's Irish today.
After the medical examiner testified today in body cam that just came out, I feel like Alex and Maggie fought for the rifle. It explains the second gun and the weird trajectories. That's possible.
So I like the way you think.
That is definitely possible. I mean, we do know that, it was said that Maggie was trying to get away. Like, she was not caught by surprise.
Mm-mm.
So clearly, whoever did this, she seen what was going on and was trying to get away. So that's a possibility too.
Yeah.
It's also still possible, I think, that Alex could have done this by himself. I mean, we do have at least his shirt and shoes that have not been accounted for that he had on earlier that afternoon.
We that's what we have. So, like, I'm trying to establish motive here. Like, I'm trying to tell you. So we have all of these smoking guns, you want to say, because we really do have some smoking guns. 2 people were shot. So we've got what was the murder caused for? What's the motive here? Well, he's in money. Yeah, financially he's screwed for sure, right?
Yep.
And then and then who knows the most about their spouse? Probably be their spouse, right?
Exactly.
So, like, yeah, you got to get rid of her. And then who's probably not going to go on your side because he's going to be like, yeah, my dad helped us load the alcohol on you. Yeah, I'm going to throw him under the bus. Yeah, I don't think they had the best relationship, but I think he was probably jealous of Buster, and Buster and Alec had this thing going on to where, like, I always thought, like, my brother and my dad did, like, I was like an outcast, which I still think I am a little bit, but not like that.
Right.
And I definitely don't have that color hair. But you know what I'm saying? Like, Paul's not that guy. He's the mama's boy. Buster's the daddy's boy. Buster was going to get the $10 million life insurance, but Murdaugh couldn't take himself out. Right? He should have just driven himself off a cliff, made it easy on everybody else. But now we had to kill other people. Now look where we're at. These are two senseless killings. You're getting nowhere with it. It's going to actually make it worse for you. The $30 million thing. You're never going to get out, and you're never going to have money again. Don't worry about it, honey buns or sopas or whatever you're going to call yourself from here on out. This top ramen, yeah, whatever.
So I mean, that's the part that doesn't make any sense. Like, they're saying, like people are talking about, okay, well, he murdered them because, okay, Paul was the reason for the, $30 million lawsuit. He was the reason for the finances coming out.
Yeah, Paul was an issue.
Maggie was fed up with it. She realized she was being lied to about the finances, and she was like, okay, I'm out.
Mm-hmm.
But still, even if all that, taking them two out did not solve any of his problems. It made it that much worse. And you would think as an attorney, he would realize that. He would be smart enough to realize that, hey, this is just going to make a bad situation even worse.
Well, that's where the medication kicks into play. Whatever he's taking, right? Numbing himself. Right? That kind of thing.
Right.
Yeah. Numbing. Yeah, he didn't feel it. He really didn't feel it until she said something or until he was sitting in front of the attorneys and they're talking about the money, right? He didn't feel it then until he got to that point, and then they're talking about the money, right? And
Of
like,
course.
same thing when he talks about Paul and everything, right? Like he just tears down, right? It breaks him down. He's done. Cancel Christmas, right? It's over.
Exactly.
Yeah, it's done. No coming back from stuff like that.
No, not at all.
Mm-mm.
Night in the trial of Alec Murdaugh, COVID concerns, and the graphic details from the autopsies of Paul and Maggie Murdaugh. Olivia Wild joins us live now from the Colleton County Courthouse. Olivia, a lot of forensic testimony today.
Greg, good evening. That's right. We finally heard some more details about those gunshot wounds both Maggie and Paul Murdaugh sustained the night they were shot and killed. Take a look at this video. This is an emotional Alec Murdaugh as he's listening to those graphic details. Also, the family, John Marvin, his brother, notably emotional watching it all unfold. Now, we did hear from that pathologist who was breaking down all that evidence. Take a listen.
And from there, it kind of just went across the top of the left shoulder and then went into the left side of the neck and face.
Now, she was talking about Paul Murdaugh there. She did later go into Maggie Murdaugh's details from her gunshot wounds. Another notable part of the day, though, a jury COVID outbreak. 2 jurors have been dismissed after testing positive, leaving just 3 alternates left. That means if 4 jurors test positive, it will be a mistrial, something that both sides were concerned about.
Dumb.
I don't want.
Somebody had him come in there, whoever came in with the Rona bullshit.
An agreement that we would rather, if forced to,
Him hiring people. That's how I really feel at this point. I really feel that he's scamming us with this.
Now, Judge Newman did deny that request. He said they brought a doctor in today and they recommended that they just retest the jurors on Wednesday. Judge Newman did recommend that everyone wear masks. Just 3 of the jurors did. Greg.
Olivia Wild reporting live there. Thank you so very much.
You got to slow chat through your YouTube screen where I have you open in the background. Remember where you click for the commercials?
I did go get a gun and bring it down here. It's in your vehicle.
Just pause this real quick. Pause this real quick.
Turn around for me. I don't have.
That way people can hear or whatever. If you want to back it up a little bit. So the way you do that, we'll just get this done right now. So we'll do it in live time so you can, in the future, you'll know. So you'll click on edit where you edit your title or your picture through your dashboard.
Okay.
Okay. And then you're going to click, I think it's customize on the side, on the left side.
Okay.
And then you should be able to scroll down to the bottom. It says slow chat. You click the box and change the time. Did you see it?
Okay, I got it. Yeah, there it is.
Cool. There you go. Bam. Live teaching with things.
Thank you. I've never had to do that before.
Now you're going to have to start. This is good. Think tanking. This is what this is good about.
Great.
People are here to, this is what it's important.
Back it up just a slight little bit. Now, this is the body cam footage whenever they first arrived on the scene. So I thought this was pretty interesting, kind of the way that, Alex's body language, the way he's acting through this.
I want to let you know because of the scene. I did go get a gun and bring it down here.
It's in your vehicle? Do you have any guns on you at all?
No, sir. It's leaning up against the side of my car.
You're fine, man. You're fine. Turn around for me.
I don't have any.
Okay. Yes, sir. I see that.
Do you need a loan? Yeah, big one.
Right?
Okay.
It's bad. Check the pulses.
Yes, sir. This is the firearm you brought from inside.
This is such a horrible acting Oscar nominee. Yeah, he lost.
Yeah, watch. Listen,
No
this
award.
is- As soon as they walk up to him, watch this.
Leaning up against the side of my car.
Okay. You're fine, man. You're fine. Turn around for me.
I don't have any.
Okay. Yes, sir. I see that. Okay. This is your wife and son.
No, I'm fine.
Okay.
It's bad. Check the pulses.
Yes, sir.
It's bad they've got no
Firearm you brought from
pulse.
inside the
That's
house?
what he said.
Yes, sir. I went. This is a long story. My son was in a boat wreck.
I'm so
Instant-
pissed.
Instantly.
I'm so mad at it.
We didn't take serious.
Instantly.
Throw him
My
under the
son was in a
bus.
boat wreck.
Throw him right under the boat right away.
Right?
I know that's what it is.
Okay. When did you get home?
I know that's what it is.
Exactly.
Did you hear his
Yep.
terminology? It's verbiage.
Yeah.
I know that's what it is.
My dad is in the hospital. I left. I don't know what time. I can go back on my phone and tell you the exact times. Did you check?
Did I check what?
Did you check them?
We got medical guys that are that's what they're gonna do. Okay.
What are they doing? Can they hurry?
They are. Yes, sir.
Exactly,
The gentleman that
Lisa,
was
that's-
already. He's one of the battalion chiefs. Okay.
The first thing out of his mouth was they have no pulses, but then he's asking,
you
did
pull
y'all
up
check
from
on
right
them? Are they
They went
okay?
to the house and they weren't home, which was odd. I tried to call.
Okay.
And then I knew they had been down here before I left to go to my mom.
Okay.
And so that is loaded.
Okay.
You might want to unload. But
Yeah, you might want to
Is this the only
unload the
firearm you
gun.
keep? This is the only one, or is there any more in the truck?
I believe that's it.
You think that's the only one? Okay.
I'm 99%.
Do you normally
certain that's
have any other firearms in your vehicle?
I don't, but
Okay.
occasionally there's a pistol in there.
Do you have any firearms in your vehicle? I don't, but occasionally there is. What kind of answer is that?
Right. Maybe there is, but maybe there isn't.
It's like no, there's not. Yes, there is. Okay.
If he went for president, he would be like that would be a good. He would be good to debate with. Maybe it was, maybe it wasn't. He'd just be like debating with Clinton all over again.
Right.
Maybe I inhaled, maybe I didn't. Here's what it is. Really did Paul good this time, though. Yeah, you did.
I know. I just thought it was, the first thing out of his mouth was, Paul got into a boat crash.
Yeah.
I mean, it wasn't, anything else. It wasn't, hey, do you think there's a killer around here on the loose? Should I be worried? It was Paul got into a boat crash.
Yeah.
Just wait right here for me for a second, okay?
Go ahead, sir. Yeah, well, I've already spoken on Captain Deal. He's got crime scene to contact them. He's also going to give us the assistance of a couple of field agents. Roger that. No,
They are dead, aren't they?
turn on those.
Yes, sir. That's what it looks like.
Randy.
Oh.
All the cats. Where are you now? All right. Yeah, the police are here now. The police are here now.
I really need you to tell the story I told you earlier.
When was the last time
Right.
you were here with them, or talked to them, or anything like that?
It was earlier tonight. I don't know the exact time, but
Okay.
I left. I was probably gone an hour and a half from my mom's, and I saw them about 45 minutes before that.
Okay.
I rode around with Paul for 2 hours this afternoon in the pickup truck.
That's your son, Paul?
Yeah, it's like our last dinner almost.
Yes, sir. They've already checked them.
They did check them.
Yes, sir.
It's official that they're dead.
Yes, sir. That's what it looks like.
Yeah.
I'm sorry.
No, you're fine. Yes.
I'm very sorry.
Yeah, you are very sorry. Excuse for a human being is what you are.
I call her
Exactly.
What's her name?
Her name's Maggie Murdaugh. Margaret Brandstetter Murdaugh.
Mm.
How you doing?
What's her birthday?
9/15/68.
Okay, and what's your son's first name? You said Paul?
Paul Terry Murdaugh.
They were getting divorced. There was no way that they. Yeah, she was leaving him. This is
Yeah.
the only case we don't hear about a mistress at all. There's like no mistress you could point a finger at. Like there's no love triangle that you could try to picture. There's nothing I can make of this besides money, maybe a little bit of a drug problem that made him be able to do this. But like, he's just a terrible person. He's always been this way. If he was able to do this for how many years and still play the role, like you'd have to wonder, like they were already separated, living at different places. But there is talk about them both cheating, and we have recordings of it. I just don't know how true it is. I don't have their mistress yet to come out, really. Right?
No, I mean, people have brought that up to me too, but I'm like, and I don't know whether or not that's true or real. You know how much people try to, insert things into situations.
I have no clue what role that plays yet. If it does.
Yeah, I don't.
I mean, unless they were running off together, and it was like, hey, as long as you come with me, I'll have all the money you need, and we'll go start a new life somewhere. We'll get plastic surgery done. I won't look such like a Q-tip anymore, and you'll look however you want, right? Just like, hey, if you help me out, I'll pay for your wedding.
Exactly.
Yeah, miss me with that. This guy was a con artist, scam artist, and he was able to hurt people really bad with what he did. He really harmed a lot of people, and it's a terrible thing.
Him telling them that he was gone to his mother's house for like an hour and a half, that's a lie.
Yeah.
According to the nurse, she said he was there maybe 20 minutes and left. So where did he go the rest of the time?
Burying some stuff or burning it?
Exactly. That's what I'm wondering, where the rest, where the rest of that time frame went.
Yeah.
And as far as him saying he don't know how long he had been gone from the house.
He didn't even go. He didn't even go and see his dad. He didn't go even see his dad. Nah, he didn't.
He didn't, and he was only gone for 6 minutes before they were murdered, according to like his phone.
Right.
Which is also weird.
Right.
How his phone is showing that he was gone for 6 minutes at the times of their death. It's definitely something I think the defense is going to be able to kind of tear that one apart too.
Right.
It's going to be real close as far as, do they have enough evidence to actually convict him on this? Right now, I think prosecution and defense are running a pretty close race.
I don't know about that. I think there's pretty overwhelming evidence and circumstantial evidence that as the days go on and more people testify, it's going to be clear. It's going to be real clear. I mean, it already is very clear to us that there's a motive behind there, and the motive is, liabilities. These are all liabilities to me, and that's what that was to him. Everybody was a liability.
It is. I mean, it is a lot of really good circumstantial evidence, but there's also a lot of different little points where the defense can use to kind of pull that apart.
The problem here is I'm not sure he's not working alone here. That's the only problem to me. That's the only thing they could actually turn this around is, there's kind of like had to be some help here. Besides the convincing, he's like, leave that to me. You just help me get this job done, right? Maybe do a poll.
Right. Yeah, Susan, that's what I worry about too, whether or not this is going to come down to a hung jury. I hope not.
You know what? It very well could be. It's just too, maybe it's not as obvious as I think it is, maybe.
653. Where's it at? I'm in town. Actually, tries to be deal A because he's going to be the only one that's got access.
That's Paul's birthday.
April 14th, 1999, sir.
Put it up as wide as you can. That's fine. You said 99?
Sir?
He was born in 99?
He was born April 14th, 1999.
Okay. What's your first name, sir?
My name is Alex Richard Alexander Murdaugh.
Richard Alexander.
Just call me Buster Senior.
Richard Alexander Murdaugh?
Just call me Murdaugh.
Murdaugh.
familiar with the location?
No. Hey, Cody, come around the truck and then go to the building. Come around the truck and then. Yes. I don't know if it's what's that? There's a set of footprints behind the trailer there too. Okay. That's all the kind of stuff I said.
There we go. There's your poll for you.
I guess I gotta say, go to the screen. You should set the poll in and just it's in there. That's right.
Just go over to that corner of the building.
Do that.
I'm almost to you. Let me see what we have first and whether or not we're going to handle that part or not.
I see quite a few tire tracks in here. Are any of these you going in and out?
No, I came in here and I left one time and I came back.
Okay.
Which one is it?
The rest of them, maybe
Yes, no, but
from earlier, but
Okay.
he's so back and forth.
Did you go out this way at all?
no.
They're still going by this guy's a good guy, right? Is Murdaugh's name?
Sir.
Unless they know about the money already. I don't think the charges for the money were there yet.
No, not
No, I think they were making a deal and talking about how much was missing right at that time.
yeah. I think that body cam footage definitely.
It's gonna be
I don't know. I
used.
mean,
Yeah. Be used.
it can definitely be used against him. I could see where they do that, but I don't know. At sometimes I feel like his emotion was like genuine. Everybody, because a lot of people are like, "Oh, he's really bad acting and that," but
Terrible actor.
he is. But at the same
Terrible
time, I
actor.
think he was. I think the nervousness and everything was genuine, but it was just more nervous that they were going to find out exactly what happened.
That he's gonna get caught.
Yeah. Exactly. That's what I think. But yeah,
Yeah.
there was a lot of really good, like the medical examiner stuff, the autopsy stuff, and all that came out today. Honestly, I could not sit through it. I listened to a little bit of it and I had to turn it off. It was a little too graphic for me.
Right.
I mean, it was worse than when, the defense's opening statements when they were talking about Paul.
Right.
So they went into a lot of really,
Graphic.
really hard details on that, yeah. Which, I mean, I guess they have to. It's, because that's part of it, but it's just kind of hard to listen to.
Right.
Yeah, it was definitely rough. Definitely rough to get through.
That's how Winston's day was. Rough.
Rough, right?
Riff raff, rough.
I hear you.
Yep. But that's great updates. I mean, I think that I think justice for Shanquella needs to be talked about, like I said, and not forgotten about. And
Exactly.
it's just nobody, if it doesn't, a lot of people do say, if it doesn't pay, we don't want to pick it up. Like, no, you can't just pick and choose that way. You got to talk about these people. Take the time to do it. Right.
You have to. You've got to, you've got to keep their names out there at least and see if there's anything possible that we can do to kind of make a difference with that one.
Yep.
Because I know there's not, as far as I have seen, there's nobody that's still talking about her.
Mm-mm. Nope.
Everybody came out with it like there for what, like maybe a week. Came out real strong talking about it, but then
there's a few people still talk. I've seen a few people, more of the African American community still talking about it, and I think it's important that we talk about it too. Like our community, right? Like everybody needs to be talking about it. It's not a color thing here. This is justice. No. Justice doesn't have a color.
No.
Mm-mm.
I mean, we've got. I honestly think we've got a couple of different ones that we can kind of dive back into and try to get some voices on it and make a difference. For Daniel Robinson's one, that's that one's really
this is
bad.
going to help this is going to help Daniel Robinson in turn too. Like we need to make a difference that way. Like Daniel Robinson's a tough one because we're stuck so late into this thing and so many people have touched it already. Not that we can't help. It's just we can't get too hands on. I mean, his dad's emotional. I don't know. Maybe we can get him to, maybe see if Candace or someone can help him. I mean, maybe we can help with that way. Maybe
Right.
kind of an
I
advocate
wonder about
wise,
that.
get him some help that way, and some people that he could talk to, like maybe that would help. Like Missing in America is working with us now, so like we have
Yeah.
that ability to help people. So maybe we
Yeah,
can
I
reach out
wonder
that way. Yeah.
I wonder about that too, because in his case, but I'm totally taking it off the topic of what we're talking about, but
Okay.
his case is a lot like the whole Box Elder situation. He's having a lot of difficulties with that police department.
Law enforcement. Yeah.
Yeah, that's the
You know,
issues
getting
that,
into to professionals, because like so just getting into a professional would be the best way to do it, I think.
yeah,
Because I obviously I wouldn't know how to deal with him right now in the emotional state. It would be more tough to get the story out the way I'd like to, because I know now it's like I said, I don't, we got to get them to the people who know what they're doing. I don't
yeah,
in that manner, you know.
definitely,
That's what I think.
definitely. But I mean, I think that's definitely something that we need to see what we can do. I mean, maybe we can help there somehow and work something for him.
Yeah, no doubt we can keep the name out there, but like, yeah, we need to see if we can get him help that way, because I think that's where he's struggling the most right now. I think that's right there.
It is. It definitely is. All right,
Yeah,
and
so-
we will be over on your channel here in a little bit, correct?
Yeah, we're everything's still on the table. We're going back to the beginning on the Summer Wells case, and we're going to leave all the drama at the door, and we're not bringing up any of those people. We're going to go on facts. We're going to do a think tank, and we're going to bring up what needs to be brought up. And again, we're going to have to be respectful of kids and stuff, but some things do have to be brought up about certain kids, and they're under 18, but we'll be very cautious of how we do it. So please come there with a good think tank and a good clipboard, and bring your notes, whatever, pens, you guys, pencils, if you guys, voice notes, whatever, but bring it to the think tank, because time to turn this it's time to turn this game up a notch over here on the YouTube streets, right? For people.
We have to.
That's what it's time for.
Bring your handy dandy notebooks, folks. There you go.
And your backpacks.
Yep.
Is that a handy dandy notebook? Oh, that's Blue's Clues.
Yeah,
Good
Blue's
one.
Clues is the handy dandy notebook.
Yeah, I screwed that one up.
Dora's the one that has the backpack.
Yeah. Diego had the oh, I know he had a backpack too. He's like, backpack.
Yeah, my backpack.
Miss those times.
Yeah, you know what? Whenever somebody says, "Oh, if you were stranded on a deserted island, and you could only have one thing, what would it be?" I'm like,
Yvonne's big toe.
Dora's backpack. She's got everything in there.
Yeah, I want Yvonne's big toe. In case I ever like start sinking, I can put that thing right in the bottom of the ocean and just stick on the top of it like a buoy.
Oh
Safe.
no.
Yeah, it's like a
Oh no.
oh, it's all
All
good.
right, you guys. Thank y'all for being here. Appreciate your support. Appreciate your super chats, your super stickers. We love you guys.
See you on the flip side, you guys. 7:20 Pacific time.